In the previous vlog, you noticed we have left Eswatini and we are now on our way to a place called Ermelo. And this is because we need Toyota to have a look at our vehicle to see why the speedometer and the odometer are no longer working on it. Driving without a speedometer is quite unnerving because you never are sure at what speed your vehicle is actually cruising at. It's just before lunch now and we handed the car over to them. The folks at Ermelo Toyota tried very hard. They could not get the speedometer working by 6 p.m. in the evening and we needed the car to go and sleep in. So we took the car and promised to bring the car back the next morning. Good morning from Ermelo. We are camped here last night in this camping spot. Those are the ablutions and I've got power plugged into the vehicle. And this place, gorgeous. It's actually a working farm. We had sheep around us, there's cattle grazing in the far there. Beautiful.
So we brought in our stove inside. We made some eggs and bread because we had to reach the Toyota.
We have now brought the car back to Ermelo Toyota because we have had issues with the speedometer not working, and they have realized the ABS signals that we get from the wheel, which actually is what makes the speedometer work in this car. It's unfortunately not connected properly, and the wires are a bit old and
Maybe it
frayed.
has,
So now,
maybe it's the original wires.
yeah, it is original old wires.
So there was a joint with the extension, right? Which
when
has...
the vehicle chassis was extended, they had to extend the wiring loom by the same amount. So there are some joints there, and they're suspicious that some of the joints are not properly insulated. So they're going to now hand build a new wiring loom basically and rewire the rear portion of the car. We will see, hopefully that will fix all the speedometer issues that we have.
Currently we are not able to see the speed at which none of those things are working, right?
It's just the odometer and the speedometer not working.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good morning. I'm good, thanks.
Good morning, this is JP.
Morning, JP.
Is it possible if I can take it through? So
yes, it's the keys are there.
How was your...
It was nice.
Is it?
It was
nice. Very nice.
The cows in the background.
Yeah, it's a bit noisy. It's next to the
noisy,
road.
But no, it's
we
okay.
slept.
We slept well.
Is it?
Yeah.
We're used to now.
Let's get this thing inside. Let's get it sorted.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So that is JP, who is...
Shall we sit inside and wait there? Thank you.
So that's JP, who took our car in, who's...
See that one light is on.
Yeah, the lights you can see are not working. So we're going to sit in and have a cup of coffee while they look at the car. It will take quite a bit of time. I think it will take the whole day. So we're going to just
spend some time.
Yeah, spend some time
doing video editing.
A cup of coffee, use the Wi-Fi and do some work. So it's quite a big place. So we came here yesterday with the issue of the speedometer not working, and they looked at it, eliminating other reasons, and they found out that it was these wires from the speedometer, which is linked to the wheels that are not working. So they're going to rewire the whole thing, and yes, we are back.
The vehicle is on the on the lift now, and we're busy rewiring the loom from here all the way to the back, because when the vehicle was extended here from here, extended from here to there, the loom had to be also cut and extended.
Obviously, with the amount of time that has passed, the insulations on the cable have perished and they are making a short circuit, and that's why many things were failing on the car, like the speedometer and the odometer, the indicator lights at the back. So I think it is best we do the complete rewiring of the loom from the half of the car to all the way to the back.
That's the old wiring. It's completely disintegrating the moment you work on it. So the best was to redo the whole wiring. There's about 22 cables that come from the front end of the car to the rear end of the car. Those cables connect the tail lights, the indicators, the sensors on the ABS, differential sensors, all of them. Thank you. May I have your name, please?
It's Jan.
Jan. Thank you, Jan, for working on my car.
Yeah,
Especially at short notice, I really, yeah. Can you tell me what you're doing here?
I replaced all the wires coming from the front, your ABS wires, the taillight wiring, your diplock wiring, because all the wiring are corroded.
Corroded.
Yeah. There's a few places that have been damaged, so we just replacing all the wires.
Okay.
Then we know in the future we're going to have a problem again.
And I see you're putting thicker wires, which is even better.
Yeah, just the holding, the sleeving is just a little bit thicker. That's
Okay.
Look at that. All the cows grazing in the grass. So beautiful. And green for miles. We're supposed to go at 50 kilometers per hour. For 7 kilometers, the road is quite winded. This is a battlefield, Lion's Neck. Oh, look at that mountain. Covered with mist. So, good morning. We are heading towards a town called Newcastle in the KwaZulu-Natal region. We have just left Mpumalanga province and heading towards Newcastle. And the good news is I have got my Lesotho visa. So we are heading towards in that general direction towards Lesotho. So we will probably leave for Lesotho tomorrow morning and try to make up the Sani Pass. The drive up Sani Pass is quite a challenge, so we want to do it when we are fresh after a good night's sleep. So we are going to a town called Newcastle, and then from there
We did our laundry and had a very good lunch in Newcastle, and then we proceeded to our campsite.
So we're going to our campsite for tonight, It's called Sani Pass Lodges or Sani Lodges, right? Sani Lodges and Backpackers. So we still have about 125 kilometers left, and we'll be arriving to take about just about 2 kilometers, 2 hours. The road is quite bad, slushy, maybe because of the recent rains, but the scene is beautiful.
Google Maps played a nasty joke on us here. It offered a route that was supposedly much shorter than the one we were on, and we fell for it. Never did it tell us we were going to be doing an off-road adventure. We still have another 20 something kilometers left to get to the campsite, and it's pitch dark.
Slides, and we are going through mountains, between the mountains, valleys. So we have turned on our spotlights, which has, yeah, that is off and this is on. So we can see where we are going because the road is quite treacherous to drive without these spotlights.
We eventually got to the campsite, pretty dark. It was way past their normal hours, and there was nobody there at reception. We, however, parked the car inside the camp and had a good night's sleep.